When I was doing individually, I could sit down with a person and I could see how it changed their life. Because there is hope is really, it is a powerful thing. Where it starts to break down is when your numbers look great, but the results aren't. And you're like, I am playing with levers and getting paid, but I'm not impacting anybody's life. I love recruiting. And it takes a while for people to grasp it.
I think the one thing that's important about the sales process is that you have to find something that you enjoy and believe in, right? And you believe in people, or you at least are interested in the complexity of people and putting them in their box.
If you're just doing numbers,
maybe.
I mean, what's the point of putting a couple of dollars on someone's? They don't even notice it. Like, you're not making a big difference. Right. When I was doing individually, I could sit down with a person and I could see how it changed their life. Because there is hope is really, it is a powerful thing, because they're going to make more money, get happier, spend time with their kids, show off to the grandmother, whatever it is. When you're doing it at bulk, you don't get that. So, but you get a tiny portion. You put 100,000 people to work and you get a tiny bit of credit for that. So every fix in that system, you know there's an impact. Where it starts to break down is when your numbers look great, but the results aren't. And you're like, I am playing with levers and getting paid, but I'm not impacting anybody's life. That's what I'm doing with the time I have left. So that drives a lot of people. And sometimes you're poor, sometimes you're rich. It doesn't matter. If you're not doing something that matters, maybe it's just age at a certain point. I didn't used to think like this. I used to think I could just break and solve things and people would pay me. Now it's like, what is that second, third, and fourth level impact? Like, what are you looking for in life, and how's what you're doing fixing the people around you? And that's why I love recruiting. And it takes a while for people to grasp it, because you get so caught up. And a dirty little secret is a lot of people in my industry stroke out in their 40s.
Wow.
They're because when you're working with someone, you have to avoid emotional contagion. So if I talk to you and I talk to somebody else and like they're really calm and reserved, I'll have to stop and change, because I'll talk just like you. It makes you a good recruiter. You're mirroring things.
Sure, right.
So,
but you're giving a lot of emotional equity.
And if they're calm and relaxed, or if they're a little mousy or something like that, you end up doing, your voice changes, your whole body changes. I didn't notice it until people started saying, you look different every time you're on the phone. It's like, well, I'm determining who I'm talking to. And but they stroke out because if someone's hopes and fears are on the line, and sometimes it worked out, sometimes it doesn't. I don't control who gets hired, but the scary part when they're going through it is you're adding that burden onto yourself, and that's full-on strokes from wealthy, hardworking people who just can't take that many emotions and didn't know how to stop, because we don't get wins like you guys do.
See, tell me that one.
It's hard to celebrate a win in recruiting, because let's say you get a job offer, right? Well, here's the problem. You've got to start. You've got to stay. Eventually, they're going to pay me. By the time I actually get the check, I'm on to the next thing. And even if it's an AR,
so you don't even get a chance to.
There's no celebrate, because let's say you celebrate it and then you get hit by a bus the next day,
right?
Or you hated it, or the company goes bankrupt, and now I got to figure out something else. So there's no real stop and start.
You have to ride the wave. You have to continuously ride the wave and never enjoy what.
You got to learn to be stoic and have a good financial planner, which none of them.
Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.